Drop a heart emoji down below if you are happy that De'Ara has her own channel now, okay? Drop any emoji, but drop that heart emoji. De'Ara has taught all of us that, honestly, that there should be no shame in loving somebody out loud, regardless of how that relationship ends up in the end. So if you clicked on this video, I'm going to assume that you pretty much know the situation between De'Ara and Ken. If you don't, I'm going to sum it up for you. I'm not going to give you a whole deep dive into it. Long story short, De'Ara and Ken were in a long-standing relationship. They shared that relationship here on YouTube very publicly. They monetized their relationship, and they have now broken up due to cheating allegations about Ken during their relationship. They were engaged to be married. That's obviously not happening anymore. They also purchased land together and began construction on what was to be their forever home due to their marriage. So now that they have broken up and the relationship is no longer being shared publicly, they have both taken their talents to individual channels. De'Ara and Ken, over the years, have built up a substantial audience, and that audience was invested in both of them. Now, most people will argue that De'Ara was the true draw when it came to the couple, and I would say that I agree. I would argue the same thing. Most people were interested in De'Ara, her fashion, her sense of style, just all the things that she was into. Men, women, all people alike were interested in it. But Ken, in his own right, had gained his own following as well. So one, I want to say that I'm really happy and proud of both of them for continuing to be on YouTube. But in today's video, I wanted to focus on De'Ara because there's something to be said about being a young Black woman, being in a relationship such as hers, being so open about that relationship, sharing many, many moments of that relationship publicly, most moments that people would never dare to share in the public eye, and coming into an understanding that, okay, this thing that people keep talking about, these cheating allegations, have happened one too many times in our relationship. We are now engaged to be married, and our relationship is private. So at the end of the day, neither of them have to confirm, nor do they need to deny the cheating allegations. The only thing that they did that you could say they needed to do, because they had built up this audience and have this really, really deep parasocial relationship with their audience, because they, along with their audience, grew up together, right? They started off on YouTube very, very young. They're still very, very young. Like, they're not even, I don't think either of them is even 26 years old yet or something. I think they're both like 24 and 25 respectively. So they're still extremely young. So, I really appreciated that they took the time to have that sit down video and came to their audience and was just like, hey, this chapter of our lives is over. You will no longer see us creating content together as regularly. Now, here's the thing. They're a team because they do have a team behind them. I hope that you guys don't think that they are still independent content creators. Absolutely not. They both have their own managers, their own teams. They also have a joint team that manages their joint assets. And I would also suspect that even though they are broken up, that their joint assets are still very much joint assets. It takes a lot of time, actually. It takes a lot of time and resources to separate joint assets. They had and continue to have a business together. The reason why I say they continue to have a business together is because their DK4L channel is still up. Their vlog channel is still up. And then their dedicated couple channel, more, kind of scripted content is still up. So both of those channels are still up. And if you know anything about the way that YouTube works, as long as content is up, it earns money. And De'Ara and Ken made a lot of evergreen content, and evergreen content just means that it's content that really will never get old, because on their couple channel, they did a lot of vlogs, and they did a lot of sort of prank videos and stuff, and they were pretty good at the pranks that they would choose to do. So again, pretty evergreen content. People will definitely stumble upon their channel, their couple channel, and their vlog channel a year from now, and have no idea who they are, don't know the backstory, like wouldn't know anything about them, and will subscribe and will be watching the content, and, they'll come into that understanding that, oh, oopsie, these people are no longer together or making this content, because their vlogs by DK4L channel has 3.15 million subscribers. Okay. And then their De'Ara and Ken for Life channel has 6.12 million subscribers. And then if you go to their vlogs by DK4L channel, if you click on the tab that says channels, it will show you that the vlogs by DK4L channel is subscribed to De'Ara's channel. It's also subscribed to Ken's channel, and it is still subscribed to their main channel, De'Ara and Ken for Life. So they still have a business together. These two people are still earning money together, right? Okay. So that's why I'm like, I'm very proud. I commend them. I'm very proud of them, because that is not an easy thing to do at all. And now to get back to specifically speaking about De'Ara and being a young Black woman and being in this relationship, yeah, people wanted to kind of go in on her the first few times that there were some rumors or speculations that Ken was cheating. Now, let me say this. As someone who did enjoy their joint content together, someone who did enjoy their couple content, I was never truly heavily invested in their relationship. I would say that I was sort of a late subscriber to their content. So they were very well established in their relationship. And I really only subscribed to their channel because it was like suggested to me after like a makeup video or something one day. So I had only been a subscriber of their channel maybe for like since 2019, like early 2019, maybe late 2018 going in 2019. So like only a couple of years, right? And by that point, they were very well established on YouTube and in their relationship. So I love, I like seeing their relationship. I really enjoyed seeing two young Black people boldly expressing their love to each other, being loud about being in love with each other, sharing that, and just showing what, yes, on camera appeared to be a very fun, relationship dynamic. Obviously, as we all know, we did not know everything that was going on. But of course, with any people who decide to share their relationship online, but specifically decide to share their relationship on YouTube and monetize their relationship, basically earning money for their love, you are never going to get every single part of that relationship. First of all, that's just not good for business to show people every single part. Of course, people, love to tune in for the drama and an argument every now and then, a little like a ha-ha, kiki, little playful type argument, but people don't really want to see. I know we act like we do. We really want to see the mess, but we really don't. People unsubscribe when stuff like that happens. People start to say it's messy, it's that and the third, and you're not going to earn money from that. So anybody who has a couple channel and indulges in that sort of content on YouTube, knows that. So I enjoyed them, right? I enjoyed them. But for De'Ara, and this is not even about to be some like strong Black, she's a strong Black woman. None of that. De'Ara honestly could have really easily taken the route of the scorned woman, and that would have still worked in her favor, right? De'Ara could have really quickly sat down and gave us this is the what happened, tea time type of story. Because like I said earlier, De'Ara and Ken, as far as I know, like I said, now I'm not really deeply invested in their relationship or couple stuff like that. So please correct me down below in the comments if, I've missed some context or some backstory. But as far as I know, De'Ara and Ken have really never sat down to address Ken's rumored infidelity in their relationship. I do understand that his infidelity has been rumored for a very long time, right? This last incident that people are saying is the reason that they really broke up. This last incident. It wasn't the first time, second time, not even third, fourth, fifth time. It's like the 15th time, right? Like it's kind of been an ongoing problem. I did see somewhere that someone left a comment on one of their videos saying that like years and years and years back, maybe like 2017 type, 2016, 2017, they made a video to call out someone a young lady who had said that Ken was like hopped in her DMs or whatever, and ultimately like that was debunked. Like it was proven that that young lady was just whatever, I guess, chasing for clout. But later on, right, there were still more scenarios, instances of Ken possibly being scandalous and cheating on De'Ara. So, you have to think about it from this perspective, right? Like, as a young woman, you get proposed to in this really lavish and public way, and you're super happy. And let's just say, I'm going to say allegedly for everything because I don't know, I'm not in their relationship, right? But let's say that Ken has cheated on De'Ara multiple times, or maybe he's only truly cheated on her one time, and the rest have been flirtations, which is still crossing a line, is still crossing a boundary, but everybody categorizes cheating in their own way, whatever. But let's say Ken has cheated on De'Ara, and let's say that they were working through that. Because again, we do not see every part of their relationship. For all we know, those two people, these young adults, could have very well been in therapy working out their relationship issues. So say he cheats, say they're working through it, say they have gotten to the breakthrough, and say that's why, right? They even got engaged and moved forward in that way, and they were showing that. So say all this happens and you're this young woman, you're De'Ara, and you feel like, okay, well, praise God. Great. We have worked through this. We have gotten past it, because some people can work through and move past infidelity. Some people can do that. And I don't think it's anyone's place to judge those that do, because it's not your relationship, and never say never, because you don't even know how you would feel if it were you. We all think that we would, but it's like, hey, I don't know what that feels like. Right now in my life, I'm 24 years old. I'm a young Black woman. Right now in my life, I still don't really know what it feels like to be that deeply in love with a person to where I would want to marry them. Right? So would I forgive someone being scandalous and committing adultery and infidelity and cheating on me? I would like to say no. My gut is saying no. My answer is no, but I've also have not been in that situation. I think a lot of people were kind of forgetting that when it came to De'Ara and Ken. Like, unless you have truly been in a situation like this where you feel that you are with your forever person, your partner, the love of your life. And I know people are like, if this was your partner, if this was the love of your life, they would never do that. And like, that's not really true. Now, let me explain. I'm not saying the love of your life would never cheat on you. I'm not saying like, oh, well, if the person cheats on you only one time, they could still be the love of your life. That could be your partner. No, what I'm saying is, I'm not sure if you all are familiar with Tony Gaskins. If you are not, please do go to YouTube and type in Tony, Tony, space Gaskins, Gaskins, and listen to some of his videos. He's a great mentor, a great teacher. I have a very high regard and respect for him. He has helped me a lot in my life, and so I'm always going to speak his name when it's appropriate and uplift him. So, something that's interesting, or not interesting, but something that's just fact, right? That we're told all the time as young women are that men are going to treat you the way that you allow them, right? Men are going to try you. Men are going to do whatever you let them do until you don't let them do it anymore. So a lot of times, if you're a young woman and you're dating, if a man is doing something that you don't like, you have to nip that in the bud immediately. Like, immediately. From the tiniest of things, of leaving the seat up in the bathroom, to something more, you consider more serious. If you do not like it, we're not saying complain. No one's saying complain. It's saying express your boundaries as soon as they're crossed. Because at the end of the day, a person that you're dating, a person that you're with, even when you are getting ready to marry that person, they do not know your entire life. Like, you could have been dating somebody 10 years. Hey, guess what? They only know the you that they have known for the last 10 years. They don't know the you that existed before them. When you're in a relationship, there's a person who you were before you met this person, before they came into your life, and before you're in their relationship. Then there is a person that you are when y'all just get in a relationship, right? And during the relationship. And then if you move to that next phase, whatever that next phase is for you, we're going to speak about being engaged and being married, because we're speaking about De'Ara and Ken specifically. So if you then move to that relationship being now one of engagement, one of fiance, and you are working towards and moving towards marriage, you are also different people then as well. So there you have these 1, 2, and 3, right? These phases, these stages of who you are. So that person doesn't know you all the way through and through. At the end of the day, nobody can know you all the way through and through, because they're always going to be a person that existed before your partner. And every now and then, there are things your partner is going to do that triggers that person that they don't even know. They don't even know that person. So how could they know that they're triggering you? See what I'm saying? So, like I'm saying, De'Ara and Ken could have very well been working through something, had a breakthrough moment. This is why she says yes. This is why they get engaged. This is why they move forward. He then messes up again, right? That's what we all feel that we witnessed. Okay. And now they have moved forward. But De'Ara really moving with grace in the way that she has is something I think is very important to see. Very important to see, because I think a lot of times I don't really find myself too much on the couple like vlog channel, prank channel side of YouTube. That's just not the kind of content that I choose to intake very often. It doesn't speak to me. It's not the content that I really enjoy. So outside of like De'Ara and Ken, I was kind of only tapping into Jackie and Dennis. That's it. That's really it. Every now and then I'll tap into what's the name? Aaliyah. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But that's really it. Like that's really it. That's all I tap into. So Aaliyah J. There we go. Sorry. Aaliyah J. That's all I'll tap into. In terms of like that black, like in terms of like the couple vloggy type, that's all I tap into. So, you know, but what I've seen, like what has gotten suggested to me is I'll see a lot of these thumbnails, right, for these videos where it's like, we broke up, we know what he did wrong, you know, my response to my ex, da-da-da-da. I'll see a lot of videos like that. And I don't click on them to watch them, but I don't like the way they make me feel, even just seeing the thumbnail, because I'm just like, oh. Now, everyone's allowed to express themselves how they see fit, especially if they're experiencing a loss, because breaking up with someone does move the body to grieve. You are grieving. It is grief. De'Ara and Ken, as much as people also want to hop on Ken, like I said, I don't know the story. All I know is I saw some pictures and some videos and things on Twitter and Instagram, and lo and behold, a couple weeks later, they announced that they were moving and going their separate ways in terms of romance. Cool, great, got it. Like, message understood. Y'all broke up because something has clearly happened, something very serious, and most of us know that from the personalities they portray online, most of us know that the only true deal breaker in their relationship would have been if someone were to cheat. So we can all do what we want with the information. But even if Ken has cheated on De'Ara, and that is why they have broken up, he's still experiencing grief as well. Like, he is still grieving the loss of that relationship, just as De'Ara is. And it's a really unfortunate thing that it had to play out so publicly, but I don't think people understand the massive, and I'm absolutely not excusing his behaviors. If you did cheat on De'Ara, like, baby, you got to work through that, and you have to apologize, and you have to figure out what it was inside of you that made you want to do that and hurt yourself and hurt this woman as well, because as we should all come to understand, cheating absolutely never has anything to do with the person who's being cheated on. Cheating always 100% always has to do with the insecurities and things not being communicated by the person who is doing the cheating. Right? Even if someone begins to cheat in a relationship because they feel like their partner is not listening to them, their partner is not being a good partner, if someone begins to cheat because they feel like their partner is not adequate, that still has nothing to do with their partner, because unless that person has communicated that to their partner, guess what? Their partner was never given the opportunity to maybe correct and right their wrongs. So that has to do about you, sweetheart. And your partner could be a bad partner to you. And like they could not be good at communicating, right? They could not be good at listening. They might be ignoring some of your cues, but like if you don't use your language, like your words, if y'all don't sit down and discuss it, at the end of the day, your partner has no idea what's going on in your mind. And so you're taking it upon yourself to cheat because you feel something that you have not communicated. You can't blame your partner for that. You can only blame yourself. So cheating always has to do with the insecurities and the things that have not been communicated by the person who is doing the cheating. Has nothing to do with the person being cheated on. I don't care. Y'all can Google it. You can read the reports and the studies. I'm not arguing you about this. So seeing De'Ara handle this situation with such grace has taught me so much. Has taught me so much. Because we could all agree that is, I mean, like I said, it was very public. That is a really hurtful thing to have happen to you. And people can absolutely try to use it against you and throw it at you and try to embarrass you and make you feel bad about it. And I love that neither of them have ever stepped up to the microphone to say that they have regretted their relationship or wish that they were more private or whatever. Because for the time that they were being public about their relationship and for the time that they were in a public relationship, I do personally believe that it was very important for young Black people to see a love like that. I know people now people feel that they have the story and know what's going on. I know people love to take their videos and pictures and meme them and be like, a guy could do all of this and still be cheating on you. A woman could be doing all of this and still be cheating. And blah, blah. Like, okay, a ha-ha, a kiki. Y'all think that's so funny. But at the end of the day, there was a time when these people were in love with each other and all that they were doing was showing themselves being in love with each other in a way that is not represented often for young Black people. And I'm not even just talking about them being able to take these lavish and wealthy and like luxury trips and nothing like that. No, like I'm just talking about them literally just showing that they love each other and being just so loud and starting a business together and earning this money. And even when they were taking that step to buy land and build a home, like that was a lesson in financial literacy to everybody watching them, to all the young kids watching them. Like, hey, like when you feel like you found your person, like, you know, like it's really time to invest and build the foundation, quite literally. So De'Ara, she's taught young women a lot. And people, you know, because again, they feel like they know. None of us know. People like to say like, oh, well, what is she teaching the girls? She stayed in this relationship for years, knowing he was cheating, knowing da-da-da-da. Baby girl, baby boy, baby person, okay? At the end of the day, none of us know how long Ken was not being faithful to De'Ara, if it even was something that was an ongoing thing. And at the end of the day, none of us also know what actions he took to correct those wrongs and what actions De'Ara might have taken to accept his, apologies, whatever. We also don't know everything about De'Ara, right? And again, I am not excusing Ken at all. But I would like to say that there were two people in that relationship. And people really like to take things and keep it very, very one-sided. And that is not fair. That is not fair. If Ken cheated on De'Ara, he's to blame. Right? He's the only person who cheated. He's the only reason why cheating ever happened. But we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, right? We don't know if De'Ara is a perfect girlfriend. Also, nobody is a perfect girlfriend. But also, things could not have been being communicated. You get what I'm saying? That's why I was saying when a person cheats, it has nothing to do with like the person that they are cheating on. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm cheating because like you're a horrible person. And when people say that people get pushed to cheat, it's like yes and no. Yeah. Again, if you feel like your partner is neglecting you and they're not doing what you need to do, whatever, yes, that could make you feel like, oh, I'm not valued here. So I'm going to go outside of our relationship and look for a space where I feel valued, which is something Ken might have been doing. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, Ken maybe Ken, sweetheart, if you felt that De'Ara wasn't being the partner you needed in those times, right? In those times where you might have, dropped a little bit low, and so you go and seek out something else, it's like, did you communicate that? Right? Did you ever communicate that? Like, if De'Ara has her shortcomings and her pitfalls, which I'm sure she does, we all do. Like, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But whatever De'Ara's shortcomings and pitfalls might be as a partner, yeah, like, if you're not satisfied with something that's happening, you have to communicate that to her so she can be given the opportunity to correct it, And again, they weren't the kind of couple that shared that side of their relationship. They didn't, because I've seen, again, I don't really indulge in this kind of content, but like I've seen thumbnails and stuff of couples who will post like, why we almost got a divorce, or we're in couples therapy now, this is what's working, whatever. Like, so cool. Great. That's cool, because people also need that kind of content as well. People need to see that, hey, people will go to therapy to work it out. Hey, people do seek out divorce but change their mind, and here are the reasons why. And here are the things they did to save their marriage. Maybe you need to do that as well. You know what I'm saying? So cool. But De'Ara and Ken, they weren't that kind of a couple. If there was something going on in their relationship, it was not for us to know. They weren't going to talk about it. At least not talk about it publicly. And who's to say that if they were to speak about it publicly, it would have done any benefit to their relationship? We don't know. Maybe it might have, but also maybe it might have done way more damage. Like maybe they would have broken up 2 years late, 2 years before this, or they would have been broken up if they were sharing the hardships. Who knows? But I just wanted to really come on here and speak about De'Ara's nobility. De'Ara is really handling this situation and modeling to other young Black girls. And yeah, I'm gonna keep harping on the fact of like young and Black and like young Black people and like youth, because I think a lot of times we get these like drama-filled relationship channels. At least that's what I kind of see from what YouTube suggests to me. Because I watched their channel, DK4L, like YouTube thought I wanted to see like more of that, and it was like, actually no, I don't. I only want to like watch them. I don't watch this kind of content regularly. I only want to watch them. But what I could see from what was being suggested to me were just like channels that seemed very drama filled, very much playing on your emotions, and just discussing topics and relationships that I felt like, ooh, this is like not what the kids need right now. Like the kids need to see more joy, more love, and more honesty. So yeah, if there are those hard times and you feel comfortable sharing that, absolutely, because these are learning, that's a opportunity for education and learning and development and maturity, and people need that representation too. But the other stuff, the response to my ex, at whoever their ex is, you're trash because type videos, exposing my ex type videos. Yeah, no, like I'm not here for that. And De'Ara and Ken could have both easily gone that route. And now, like I'm saying, from watching their content, they never seem to be those kind of people. But when you break up with somebody and you've been together with them for that many years, and the reason y'all broke up is allegedly infidelity, hey, man, the gloves, they be coming off. The gloves will come off on folks because they're like, oh, heck no, you didn't just do that. So I think we all need to give De'Ara and Ken, far more grace. Like, baby, they've gone their separate ways. They have gone their separate ways. De'Ara has her own channel. Ken has his own channel. They are going their separate ways. But they still do have a business together. And I haven't seen people talk about that enough. That's why, like, when I watch their video about, taking time from each other, a new chapter, because that video was only done 3 months ago. They did this video on August 20th, and it's now December 8th as I'm recording. So the video is about 3 months old. And in the video, De'Ara's not wearing her ring, right? So it's obvious that they're no longer engaged. The engagement has been called off. The intro to that video was super cute because it was, sort of from all the way back then to the beginning, reminiscent. Here are the good times. You know what I'm going to say? You can tell that De'Ara and Ken really do have a very high respect for their audience, for whatever, their fan base, for their subscribers, whatever you want to call it. They have a very, very high respect because they also both could have just like stopped posting on the couple page and just started their own pages and just like move forward and pretended nothing happened. And now you could argue that they were still pretending nothing happened because in this video, A New Chapter, they did not discuss Ken's alleged cheating or anything. They just made it clear that we're no longer together. You're not going to see us making content together like that. We got our own channels now. Subscribe. See y'all soon. But what I thought was very interesting in this video was that they still alluded to the fact that they might appear on each other's channels. You know what I'm saying? And in the future, who knows? They might return to the DK4L platform in a different way. Here's the thing. When you've been with someone as long as they have been with each other, it's not easy to just let that go, to just leave that person. Like, I think that they are probably still friendly, still on speaking terms. There were a couple instances, and I'm talking about recently, like last month. There were a couple instances where De'Ara would post some pics and some things on her story, and Ken would do the same, and it was quite obvious. Not obvious, but like, if you want to be Inspector Gadget, it was quite obvious that they were in the same place. So people were like, ooh, are they in that place together? And and I'm like, see, this is why we mind our business. And this is also why they shared what they shared about their relationship, but they didn't share everything because it's like, hey, you know what? We might still be low-key together. Mind your business, like they have to work through what they're working through as people. They have to grow apart. And like I said, some people can work through infidelity. And De'Ara might really have just wanted a break from Ken. She really might have been like, look, listen, we are not together. We're broken up, right? Like, I'm going to be living my life. You're going to be living your life. We're going to take time and space. But if we do come back to each other, like if that's something that we feel in our heart, if God puts that in our hearts, we got to be a solid again. We got to be solid. And so, that's why I'm glad they didn't even go into detail about whether he did cheat, didn't cheat, whatever. Honestly, it's not our business. It's not our business. And I do think that the reason why they did not confirm nor deny is because I do think that both of them may possibly, and I'm speculating all of this just based off of body language and just based off of what they were saying in this A New Chapter video posted on August 20th. So I do think that there's a part of both of them that believes that, there's a very real chance they'll probably get back together. Just later on, but there's a very real chance that they might get back together. And I think that they both thought, it's just better for business and just better for us both if we don't sit here and say that we're done forever. Because here's the thing. Why would y'all even allude to the possibility of being on each other's channels and then also possibly coming back to this channel? Like, leaving these two channels up, you could say like, well, they both making so much money. Why would they take those videos down? Like, I would keep them up too to make the money. Yeah, that's true. But people also have absolutely made far more money than they have being a couple channel and have taken those videos down when they break up. They'd be like, nope, this is done. So it's like, no, they didn't have to. Like, I get that is their business together, but like, they could have easily really just been like, no. When we say a new chapter, we mean a new chapter, and just privated all of these videos and moved on separate ways. Like, Ken still makes money from YouTube. De'Ara also still makes money from YouTube. Of course, it's a certain lifestyle they both wish to maintain. So I guess, yes, a certain income does have to continue coming in. And so, yes, keep the videos up. But I don't know, I don't know, whatever. Speculation. I always say that I am not a commentary channel, but I'm not a commentary channel that does the mess. That's why I'm not really even trying to talk about that. I'm just trying to talk about like it's just interesting to just see how they've decided to go about it. And I think it's just important to show people that you can move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can move on, you can break up, and you can be amicable about it. Even if it's as deep as a betrayal as infidelity. And of course, now they're in a much different position than most people in relationships, right? Their relationship was their business. Their relationship was their income. But yeah, I just wanted to come and talk about De'Ara, and just talk about how I feel that she's doing a lot for young women. She's doing a lot for young Black women. And you could feel how you would feel about her possibly having stayed in a relationship, quote unquote, too long with a man who was cheating on her, allegedly. We don't know. The last instance, though, to me, did look very clear to be inappropriate. But everything before, I don't really know, and I wasn't deeply invested like that. So I would just watch the video, leave my comment, and go. I wasn't following up with anything else. But I think that we really do need to, like I said before, really just extend De'Ara grace. Like, extend De'Ara grace and extend Ken grace. Extend both of them grace. Like, they both were involved in this. And although Ken is to hold that fault, allegedly, okay? Although Ken is to hold that fault for being the person that cheated, hey, carrying the burden of being a cheater and being a cheater so publicly is not easy. And y'all could all be like, well, he didn't care in the moment. At the end of the day, I don't know what's going on in that man's mind. I don't know what's going on in De'Ara's mind. Like, really, whatever. I just know that they're both obviously grieving something, and it's very clear. And even in that video, like, they're very mature. Like, we're not going to unfollow each other. We're not deleting, right? We're not deleting our pictures. We're not deleting these pages. We're keeping these videos up. I would argue 85% of that, probably 95 really, percent of that is due to business. Like, it's just due to business. Like, they make money off of those posts. Their engagement earns them money. Their relationship needs to remain monetized, even if it's not an active relationship, because it earns them money, and it probably earns them a substantial amount of their income. I don't know if their YouTube channel is still their primary source of income, because they both have their own independent, even like while they were dating and whatever, they both have their own independent partnerships and sponsorships and contracts and things. So I don't know if YouTube is still their primary source of income. I know it was for a while, but it could still be, or it could be a substantial part, right? YouTube might be like 65% of their income, right? More than half. So I get it. You want to keep that cash flow, that money coming in. You have to share that. But who, as they said, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what the future holds. But I do hope that if they do reemerge together again, that people shut the fuck up. I'm serious. I'm so serious. At these big ages, De'Ara's 25. Ken, I think, is like 26, maybe. I think he's older. If he's not, then he's like 24. But what I'm saying is, at these big ages, y'all, we are all much closer to 30 than we are to 12, okay? If they reemerge back together, shut up. Just shut up. Because it's their relationship and it's their lives, and they've been together and been in each other's lives for over a decade. That's a long time. That is a long time. And to sever a bond like that is really not easy. And also, as long as they got their money tied up in each other for the next probably year or two, then people are going to have to be communicating with each other. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. I'm sending all my love to De'Ara, and I'm also sending all my love to Ken. I don't excuse cheating. I don't condone cheating. I don't think it's okay. Infidelity is never okay. But it does seem like these two people may have worked through their infidelity issues in their relationship before, so they may do it again. And I just want y'all to remember that if you were in the situation, what would you do? Really? Like, do you really know? Can you really, really say it would be bump him? Okay. But I'm really proud of De'Ara, and I'm really looking forward to her content. And I'll admit, baby, look, I'll admit, as much as I enjoyed their joint content, I did want to see more from Miss De'Ara Pooh. I did want to see some makeup. I did want to see some wig things. I did want to see more of her lifestyle. But I will also admit, I also wanted to hear more from Ken, because there would be these moments in their vlogs where he got like very introspective about just life and business and career and finances. And that's kind of more of the stuff that I actually like, really enjoy on YouTube. So I wanted to hear more, of that from him. Like, I was like, okay, like, y'all be dropping these gems, both of them, like, respectively, be dropping these little gems, but like, it would be a moment in the vlog, right? It would never be a standalone. So I think they both needed this. I think they both needed to kind of go out on their own, venture off on their own, and carve out spaces for themselves. I was hoping that they would do it while they were in a relationship, but I get it. They're running a business. There was so much they were already doing and had on their plate. Managing 2 additional channels would have been a lot. Also, before I end this video, I also want to say I am really appreciating De'Ara's editing rebrand. I love the way that her vlogs are being edited. Whomever her editor is doing an amazing job. If it is De'Ara, I don't know, but I feel like she would tell us, because she would usually say when she was editing a vlog. But either way, baby, them vlogs are being edited down. So I absolutely have been loving them. And yes, I have been watching Ken's channel. And yes, I have subscribed to both of their channels because they both asked us to, and because life. People deserve grace. One thing that you're going to learn on my channel as a subscriber of my channel is that I am often and pretty much always calling for grace. I am always calling for grace because I know that I receive so much grace in my life, so other people deserve grace in their lives as well. I love y'all. My name is Winter. Don't think I said that at the beginning of the video. Oh, well, if you made it this far, hey, thank you. Drop an emoji down below if you made it this far. And just thank you for listening. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all will hear from me soon.